And welcome to another live stream watch along reaction. This afternoon, we're watching and reacting to New York Yankees at Toronto Blue Jays. ALDS 2025 Game 2. The Blue Jays lead the series 1-0. Can they take Game 2 and send the series back to New York to a point where Shane Bieber can sweep out the Yankees? Today, the Toronto Blue Jays... Today, the Toronto Blue Jays send out the rookie Tyrese Savage on his 4th start of his MLB career against Max Fried, the ace of the New York Yankees. Should be a very interesting matchup. Very defensive, Roddy-loaded lineup for the Toronto Blue Jays. For the Yankees, their starting lineup is as follows. We have Trent Grisham, Aaron Judge, Cody Bellinger, Ben Rice, Giancarlo Stanton, Jazz Chisholm Jr., Ryan McMahon, Anthony Volpe, and Austin Wells. The same starting 9 plus pitcher that they, well, different pitcher, but the same batting lineup they had yesterday, same defensive positions they had yesterday. For the Toronto Blue Jays, we have a Roddy-loaded lineup, a defensive-centric lineup that maybe could work at bats to get Fried out quicker. Starting with George Springer. Batting second, Davis Schneider, Vladdy Guerrero Jr., Alejandro Kirk, Dalton Varsho, Ernie Clement, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, Andres Jimenez, and Miles Straw. Starter, of course, is Tyrese Savage. Oh, really? Well, that sucks. How we doing, Rory? How we doing, Connor? How we doing, Alex? Game 2, can the Blue Jays take a 2-0 lead in the series? We're going to have some fun with it. Toronto. Panthers are beating the Dolphins. Damn. I thought the Dolphins could still win and get that game even without Tyreek Hill. Guess not. Can they have the ball too? Two through 3 touchdowns. Still losing. Eagles losing to Denver? Well, damn. What's a point? It's a point. Fried, Rodon, and Schlittler pitching for the Yankees over the next 3 games, if they get that far. Fried and Rodon will pitch. We'll see if Cam Schlittler does. If he does, it'll be against a bullpen game for the Toronto Blue Jays. Max Fried is 11-1 following a Yankees loss this season with 1.82 ERA, 185 opponent average, 99 strikeouts to 28 walks. Hopefully that changes. He was not good in Toronto this year, though. The Yankees have not been good in Toronto in general. This would be their 2nd win in Toronto all year. If they were able to win this game, this would be their 2nd win in Toronto all year. And the Jays, frankly, with the start they had, Game 1, they don't need that to happen. I have no idea. I didn't watch. The Toronto Blue Jays looking to get both games in Toronto to start the series. And if they do, we may be watching a sweep on Tuesday. And there ain't nothing to happen on Tuesday, so you know it's all Blue Jays. If they don't sweep, I guess we'll do a double on Wednesday because they play on Wednesday. Not too far off from the TFC game, so it's going to be a concurrent double. But either way, if they play Game 4. Either way. Just hang in there, you savage. You savage. Well, they had Kevin Pillar throw out the first pitch. I love it. They had Russell Martin throw out the first pitch yesterday. Kevin Pillar threw out the first pitch today for the Toronto Blue Jays, the ceremonial first pitch. Because Lamar ain't playing. They're a bunch of frauds. I've been telling you the Ravens are a bunch of frauds. And I love to see it. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Ha ha. Steelers going to win the AFC North. You love to see it. And people were worried after the first 2 weeks. I don't know why you were. I was too. But I was too. Either way, I was too. Either way. Let's focus on the Toronto Blue Jays. First pitch in 4 minutes. Toronto Blue Jays. Oh, and also, if you want to look at MLS Next Pro, Toronto FC2 have been eliminated from playoff contention because they lost to Red Bulls 2. So Toronto FC2 will not make the MLS Next Pro playoffs. At least they were only a point away compared to other times. Probably wouldn't have done much. They would have been the 8th seed anyway had they won. So the roof is open at the Sky Dome. No. They're going to work some big counts on him. They're going to work some long at-bats on him. I really believe that. The Yankees have been horrible in Toronto. They only won 1 game there. 48% chance to give up 3 earned runs or less for Max Fried. 2.70 career ERA against Toronto. 189 strikeouts this season. The Jays don't strike out. Why does that matter? The Jays don't strike out. At least not after 3 pitches or 5 pitches. It's like, oh, he's thrown this many strikeouts. And you forget that they don't strike out. You forget the Jays don't strike out. Tyrese Savage has pitched 14 career innings, 5th fewest by a starter making his postseason debut all time. He's only started 3 MLB games. 2 against the Tampa Bay Rays, 1 against the Kansas City Royals. Just got called up at the middle of September by the Toronto Blue Jays from Buffalo. He started the season in Single-A Dunedin. Went up to Vancouver, went up to New Hampshire, went up to Buffalo, and now in Toronto. He went through the whole Blue Jays minor league system this season to be up here for the playoffs. 3 starts, 1-0 record, 3.21 ERA, 14 innings, 16 strikeouts, 7 walks, 0 home runs allowed for Tyrese Savage, the rookie. The Yankees haven't seen him. Haven't seen his release point. This is going to be fun. Tyrese Savage for the Toronto Blue Jays. And Trent Grisham to lead off for the New York Yankees. Grisham, Judge, Bellinger, Rice, Stanton, Jazz Chisholm Jr., McMahon, Volpe, and Wells. Their batting order. So Grisham, Judge, Bellinger to start the first. Anybody gets on, Ben Ross will have a chance to hit. Unless there's a double play. But white panels and blue jerseys for the Toronto Blue Jays. As you would have expected. Savage versus Grisham. Strike 1 on Grisham. Down the middle. Grisham watches it fly. 0-1. First pitch for Savage is a strike. Spikes it, 1-1. Spikes the fastball, 1-1. Toronto leads the series 1-0. Worst comes to worst, they'll have a tied series coming out of this game, but you want the 2-0. Swings and misses. He gets Grisham to swing on the splitter. 1-2. Trey Savage got him fooled. Oh. Boom. Got him. Swings for the split. Beautiful pitch by Trey Savage. And he swings and misses. Strikeout from Trey Savage. 1 out on the Yankees. Trey Savage struck him out swinging. What a beautiful start from the Savage. Trey Savage. This kid reminds me of Roy Halladay. I love it. And you know if I say that, that's the best thing I could say. That means a lot. Savage versus Judge. Ball. Slider outside. See how Savage challenges Judge. Probably the best hitter he's ever faced. Trey Savage. I mean, Caminero and Aranda weren't bad, but ball. Splits to the outside, 2-0. Judge has been pretty quiet, all things considered, for the Yankees this series so far. Ball. A 3-0 count on Judge. I mean, if he walks Judge, I ain't going to complain. Not too much, at least. And he walks him on 4 pitches. Judge on first. Honestly, not too stupid. Honestly, smart. If that holds him at first, if they hold him at first, you know what? I ain't going to complain. And it's going to be Cody Bellinger versus Trey Savage. Savage issues a walk and a strikeout for Savage. Ball. Yes, I ain't giving shit. There goes the perfect game. I don't care about a perfect game. I just want to win. How we doing, Mile High? I don't care about a perfect game. I just want to win. I didn't say Savage was going to get a perfect game. Are you trying to jinx him? Ball. 6 straight balls from Savage. 2-0 count on Bellinger. Oh, no. He's going full Rick Ankiel. Don't tell me he's going Rick Ankiel. No, 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 no. You're afraid of Bellinger. Strike. Okay, he gets 1. 2-1. Gets 2. 2-2. 2-2 count. Next up will be Ben Rice. No matter what happens with Bellinger, unless there's a double play. And he fouls it off. 2-2. 2-2 count. He checked his swing. Yankees look a bit patient besides Grisham. Strikes him out. Gets him with a split. 2 outs. 2 strikeouts, 2 outs. Savage with 2 strikeouts. Boom. Gets him with a split. And he swings right through it. Next up, Ben Rice. Judge at first. Ben Rice versus Trey Savage. 2 outs. Strike. They're going to give it to him. 0-1. Trey Savage pitched 6 straight balls. Other than that, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, and he got a strike on Ben Rice. And that's going to be a ball. Ump calls ball. Low in the zone. He ain't giving the low call. Good for the Brooklyn Nets. I'm happy for him. The ump ain't giving the low call. Might screw up you, Savage. And he swings through the split. 1 and 2. Can you Savage get out of the inning with a walk and 3 strikeouts? That would be beautiful. Come on, you Savage. 17 pitches for Trey Savage. The rookie. Pretty dominant inning besides the walk. Or the 6 straight balls. And he gets him to swing and strikes out the side. 3 strikeouts from Trey Savage. Holy Lord. Boom. 3 swinging strikeouts from the New York Yankees. Aaron Judge stranded at first. And Trey Savage, dominant first inning from Trey Savage. Lovely. What a freaking play, boys. What a play. What a beauty. What a beauty. Lovely, lovely, lovely. You love to see it. Okay, the finals of first games. Judge don't look happy. He's on pace for 27 strikeouts. I would not mind that at all. And I guess what? 9 walks. 27 strikeouts and 9 walks. I ain't complaining. Oh, the Broncos have the lead 21-17 on the Eagles. Today must be a nutty day. Saints beat New York. Called that. Let's see. Cowboys beat the Jets. Called that. Had Vikings beating the Browns. Called that. Colts versus Raiders. Had that. Colts beat the Raiders. Had that. Panthers versus Dolphins. Wrong. Baltimore, Houston. I had Baltimore winning. I was wrong. Philadelphia, Denver is not over yet. And the late window, the early games have started. Colts are really good. Okay. Bring it then. Better be afraid of Trey Savage. Trade to Savage. 3 strikeouts from Trey Savage. And 1 walk. But, you know, it's fine. That's why they started game 2 instead of 3. That's why. They ain't seen it. They ain't seen it. And walking Judge, I ain't going to complain. He didn't come home. There was open bases as far as the eye could see. Walking Judge, we ain't going to complain. We ain't going to complain. If you couldn't tell, this is very partisan. But either way, hopefully Jazz hits a home run. Sure. I say it's more likely Davis Schneider hits a home run. George Springer coming up to face Max Fried. Springer, Schneider, Vladdy Jr., Kirk, Varsho, Clement, Connor Falefa, Jimenez, Straw. Already more strikeouts than the Jays had all game yesterday. Yeah, they're done. I don't think it matters. They're still going to win. That's how good the Blue Jays are. Ball. George Springer takes a first pitch ball. 0 for 4 in game 1, but he scored a run. Very uncharacteristic from George. And he fouls the ball off. It's 1-1. That Thursday night football win for the Dolphins was the most Pyrrhic victory I think I've ever seen. When Tyreek got hurt. Or was it Monday night? Monday night. My bad. Monday night. Sorry. Monday night. Either way. Pyrrhic victory. And Austin Wells is being checked on by the trainer for the Yankees. Or they're giving him a nose spray, nasal spray. Or is it eye drops? I think it may be eye drops. Fried postseason career, 2-5 record from 2018 to 2024, 5.10 ERA, 2.96 opponent average with the Atlanta Braves. 2025 wild card, 6 1/3 innings pitched, 4 hits, 0 runs, 3 walks, 6 Ks. The Red Sox lineup made him look better than he really is. I believe that, to be real. George Springer, 1-1 count. Springer gets one down, grounds out to third, and that'll be 1 out on the Blue Jays. 3 pitches for Fried. George thought he had something there, but he grounds out to McMahon. 1 out. Hold that. Put a pin in that. We'll talk later. Save it, and we'll talk later. Because, I mean, I'm about to move, so. Put a pin in that one. Davis Schneider gets a hit. So, I love the thought, and I agree, but let's put a pin in that till I move, okay? Just sit on it, and then we'll talk, okay? When I know we've changed our address and all that, put a pin in it. That's all I'm saying. We're good then? That would probably be better. I think we should be moved by like the last week of October, but we'll talk then. Okay. But thanks. Tell your dad thanks. And you, Vladdy, thanks to both of y'all. We'll talk about it. Guess I'll have to do a Belize game during Nations League next year just to get use of it. Vladdy, 1-0, 1 out, a hit by Schneider. That's going to be low, and they give him the strike. Dude, you weren't calling the low part of the strike zone for you, Savage. Okay, whatever. If some Jays postseason stuff comes in, I know that's going to come in quick. So, Vladdy bounces it, and that's going to be an infield hit. First and second, 1 out. Vladdy with an infield bouncer. Broncos won. Well, thank you for telling me. I was wrong about that game. Philly loses. All right. Why does it seem like all the undefeated teams are going down early? Why does it seem like that? Either one. Vladdy with a bouncer of a hit. Jazz Chisholm couldn't field it. First and second, 1 out. Next up, Alejandro Kirk. 2 home runs yesterday. 2 home runs, game 162. A home run in game 161. At this point, he's got to hit another, right? Ball. High ball, curve ball from Fried. 1-0. Alejandro Kirk. 2 home runs, 2 RBI. Game 1. Game 162 of the regular season. 2 home runs. Game 161. Home run. 5 home runs in 3 games from Alejandro Kirk. And he's going to hit it to second base. That'll be a double play. And that's the end of the inning. 2 on, and they couldn't bring it home. Bills are the last team undefeated. And they play the Patriots today, so that'll be interesting. That'll be interesting. How'd the Giants lose to the worst team in the league? Because they lost their wide receiver, and the Dodgers or the Giants, they're not that much better than the Saints. Let's not be too crazy about that. I'm glad the Saints won, though. Who dat, baby? Who dat? Who dat? Make them play defense. They'll eventually fumble it. Won against the Super Bowl champs. Yeah. I know. That makes I mean, the Broncos, they've had an up and down season, but they still got it. They still got something. Make them play defense. The Jets are 0-5. Maybe you shouldn't get rid of Aaron Rodgers. I don't know. So 3 strikeouts through the first inning for you, Savage. You'll come back out for the second. It's a 0-0 game. Like, maybe the Jets shouldn't have got rid of Aaron Rodgers. I don't know. Seems to be doing really well with the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers seems to be his old self again. That's all I'm saying. And you know what? I'm happy to see it because he's doing it with the Steelers. I love to see it. Freed looks human today. I agree. And your Savage starts against Giancarlo Stanton. Strike down the middle of Stanton. 0-1. Good. Your Savage is running. Like, he's on fire right now. Got to keep dealing. Swings at it. Stanton swings through. 0-2. If his first 4 postseason outs or strikeouts, that would be crazy. And he gets a ball on the slider. It's 1-2. Trey is Savage. The Jets are the worst team now. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Again, as I said, maybe you shouldn't have got rid of Aaron Rodgers. And that's going to be a high ball, 2-2. Stands right back in the count. Justin Fields is good, but he ain't Aaron Rodgers. Ball. Slider low. Trying to get Stanton chase. Now he's got to go somewhere. 3-2 full count. And he swings and fouls it off. Stanton swings and fouls it off. Jazz Chisholm will step up after Stanton. And he swings and strikes him out. 4 swinging strikeouts for Trey Savage. All of his outs have been strikeouts. What a start from Savage so far. And he walked Judge. Honestly, again, I won't complain about it. 5 swings and misses on the splitter, 3 strikeouts. Savage got that splitter working. He freaking bounced it, and he still swung. Jazz Chisholm versus Savage. A pop fly, and this will be his first out. And Schneider gets it, 2 out. First out that wasn't a strikeout for Trey Savage. It took 5 outs. It's 6 batters. 7 batters. 7 batters. Wait, no, 6 batters. Yeah, 5 outs and 6 batters. 4 strikeouts, 1 pop out. Trey Savage 0 for 13, 7 Ks on the splitter this series against Gausman and Savage. And next up is Ryan McMahon, the third baseman. High ball. 2 outs for the Blue Jays. Tyrese Savage is working a damn good game. Let's go. Well, I mean, yeah, he popped that thing up so easily. Strike, 1-1. I don't blame him. He should be. That was a horrible swing. Why'd he swing at that? Blue Jays would never. Why'd he get out? Because he popped it up to Davis Schneider. And he has McMahon swing through the pitch, 1-2. 1 strike away from getting out of the inning. And he's a dumbass. Caicedo's better than Declan Rice. Always has been. Who the hell has ever said Declan Rice is better than Caicedo? You savage. And that's going to be a ball. 2-2. Low. He did not chase the split. It's going to get tougher. "30 pitches for you, Savage, getting to 31. And he hits it. McMahon will fly out to straw. And that's the end of the inning. 6 outs for you, Savage. 4 strikeouts, 2 flies. And the Blue Jays will come back up to hit. And Caicedo did too. He also won a Club World Cup. For comparing trophies. Declan Rice ain't been the same guy since he left West Ham. Stop talking shit. He's got an agenda. I don't know why. That dude, you Savage, is on fire right now. Now the Blue Jays got to figure something out here. I don't know what's the worst agenda. Jeter and A-Rod versus the Blue Jays, or anybody who isn't named the Yankees, or Jamie Carragher against Chelsea. I don't know which one's worse. That's about all he's ever had with Arsenal. Touchdown lines. Let's go. Hate that it's against Cincinnati, but that is what it is. The Yankees looking forlornly at the iPads is so funny. It is funny. 4 Ks through 2 innings for Tyrese Savage. Maybe. Possible. Tyrese Savage reminds me of Roy Halladay. I just love watching this guy pitch. I feel like I'm like 6 years old again watching Tyrese Savage pitch. I just do. It feels like I'm a kid again watching Roy Halladay just carve through people. You know? I feel a lot of nostalgia watching Tyrese Savage pitch. I do. This is awesome. Yeah, we need to bring back the 2004 jerseys as a throwback and let him wear them. Just see if I'm right, you know? Blue Jays should have a throwback day wearing the 2004 jerseys. Just to see if I'm right and let you Savage wear them. Just see if I'm right. I think we have to. I think we have to, you know? Your Savage really reminds me of Roy Halladay. This kid's going to be good for a long time. Max Fried. Versus Dalton Varsho. Strike, takes it low. So you're giving him the low strike, but you wouldn't give it to frickin' your Savage. Okay, Did they make the call? Did Manfred make the call? I'm wondering. Varsho, 0-1. He swings, and he'll get a hit. Dalton Varsho will get on base, and he's going to go for 2. He should go for 3. He's going for 3. Dalton Varsho, stand-up triple for the Toronto Blue Jays. Aaron Judge screwed it up. He mistracked the ball, and Dalton Varsho gets a triple. Man, if you don't bring him home, I'm going to scream. Dalton Varsho. triple. Fair ball, off the wall, misjudged by Judge. Which, sadly enough, he's not the one who does all the errors. That was a rare screw-up from Judge. Ernie Clement, batting 6th. Ernie Clement flies it. This will be a sac fly. No, it's off the wall. No, homer! Homer! Ernie Clement! 2-0 Blue Jays! Ernie Clement hits a home run! I thought that was going off the wall. Ernie Clement, you beauty! Toronto Blue Jays lead 2-0. Ernie Clement. Ernie Clement hits a home run to left. The Toronto Blue Jays lead 2-0. Wow. Ernie Clement with a home run in the bottom of the second. Just took it. Boom. Isiah Kiner-Falefa stepping up for the Blue Jays. Two none Jays. 1-1 on Kiner-Falefa. Man. Freed got bopped there. Kiner-Falefa hits it right to first, and that will be an out. First out of the inning, Kiner-Falefa. He's trash. I'm not surprised. Thank God we got the home run. Ernie Clement just went bam. Ernie Clement said, screw it. I'm going bam. Boom, Ernie. Big boom, Ernie. Big boom, Ernie. Let's go. Yeah. Toronto Blue Jays have a 2-0 lead. And if Trey Savage keeps rolling, I can't wait to see it. Andres Jimenez swings through the sinker. 1-0 or 0-1. 0-1 count. What a freaking... I did not expect that at all. I did not expect that at all. And a swing through from Jimenez. I think I've seen this before. 2-0 in the second inning. I think I've seen this before. 24 hours ago, mind you. And Jimenez strikes out. 3 swings through. It's 2 out. Blue Jays 6 through 9 hitters. 6 for 14 in game 1. 3 RBI and 6 run. And they're keeping it going. Arizona scored a touchdown. Freed doesn't have the juice. The Blue Jays make me so happy, man. This is what I'm talking about. Miles Straw, bad 9th. Miles Straw pops it up, and that's going to be caught. 20 pitches for Freed, and he has 2 runs charged against him. Bellinger catches it. End of the second. 2-0 Blue Jays. Man, if the Blue Jays could pull this off. Let's go, Yankees. It's a series, says Gunner's boss. Yeah, Ernie Clement said, no, I'm just going to hit a home run. Blue Jays lead 2-0. I saw this 24 hours ago. 2-0 during the second, and the Blue Jays won 10-1. I won't say it's going to be 10-1 again, but Trey Savage is on fire right now. Y'all want to talk. It's funny. Yankees fans want to talk like, oh, Cam Schlittler is so amazing. Look at our rookie. And then they turn around in the same breath, and they're like, Trey Savage? Who the hell is that? Starting game 2? Y'all won the game you needed to win. We're going to win 3 straight. Who's Trey Savage? Guess what? It looks to me like Trey Savage is doing better than Cam Schlittler did against the Red Sox a couple of nights ago. Rules for thee and not for me, I guess? You gonna know how Red Sox fans felt a couple of nights ago. Enjoy it. By the way, Trey Savage is better than Cam Schlittler, by the way. Just so you know. Trey Savage reminds me of Roy Halladay. That's how good Trey Savage is. I think you got that mixed up. Have you not watched this season? The Toronto Blue Jays won the AL East, have an 8-5 record, now 9-5 against the New York Yankees. They've made them look like crap all year long. Did you not watch Canada Day weekend? The sweep? The games they played at the Sky Dome? All of them? Now I know you don't watch the Toronto Blue Jays. Just like just like Alex Rodriguez and Derek Jeter. You don't watch the Toronto Blue Jays, and hell, Big Papi probably doesn't either. Hell, the first game they watched the Jays play this year was probably yesterday. Okay. Yeah, keep sleeping on us. Keep sleeping on us. Y'all want to say, oh, the Yankees are better. The Blue Jays aren't playoff ready. They won the division, but what does that mean? Yeah, sure. The Jays don't strike out. The Jays hit well. They extend at bats. They have very good pitching. They have a very good bullpen, except for Jeff Hoffman. When he's on, he's on. The Blue Jays are better than you think. Yeah, this was a very lucky season, out of nowhere season. If you asked me in March, I would not think any of this would happen. Look back when I ranted about them not getting Roki Sasaki. And I was like, oh, I can't stand you, Shapiro and Atkins. And I was pissed off. Yeah, talk to March me. I had no idea any of this was going to happen. I had no idea I'd be sitting here right now watching the Toronto Blue Jays have a 1-0 ALDS lead, win the division, and going for a 2-0 lead. Volpe versus Savage in the series, I should say. Ball, 2-0. Recent history. Maybe years, but I mean, this year it's been all Blue Jays. Especially at the Sky Dome. Volpe, that's a strike. 2-1. I like it when Big Papi makes fun of the Yankees and it triggers Derek Jeter. That's good TV. I agree. I mean, I won't mind having Big Papi on Toronto's side for this week. Then we'll see what he does with the Tigers and Mariners if we make the ALCS. 2-2. Volpe fouls it off. But I enjoy having Big Papi on our side for this series. I enjoy it. You mean 3. It's a best of 5. You mean it's a best of 5. You mean 3 because it's a best of 5. 4 is the ALCS and World Series. And he strikes out Volpe. 5 strikeouts for you, Savage. Swinging strikeout. All of them have been swinging strikeouts. Trey Savage is that dude. It's a best of 5, so all they have to do is win 3. And they're getting close to winning number 2. And Shane Bieber is a former Cy Young winner who looks like a Cy Young winner with the Toronto Blue Jays. So, enjoy Game 3 against Carlos Rodon, who's a total fraud. Wells, strike. He just watches it. Guess that eye drop didn't work. Oh and 1. You Savage strike. 2 strikes on Wells. 0-2. Trey Savage is that dude. 0-2, 1 out. Bison's jersey in the crowd. I like it. And he strikes out Wells. 6 strikeouts for you, Savage. Swinging strikeout again. 2 outs. You Savage is Savage. You're damn right. Trey Macho Man, you Savage. You're damn right. Okay, you're just being like Yankees fans then. All right. Man, the Jays are going to shock y'all. Grisham versus Savage, that's high. 1-0. You're talking like every other Yankees fan on the face of the planet. You don't know the Toronto Blue Jays. You just thought the regular season was an aberration. You thought us winning the division was an aberration. You don't know the Toronto Blue Jays. I've been watching these guys for months. 1-1. I know the Toronto Blue Jays. As in, I've been paying very close attention to the season. Because I've had a reason to. And Grisham swings through it. That's a foul ball. It's 1-2. Strike him out. Strike him out again. You Savage is that dude. You don't know the Toronto Blue Jays. The more we win, the more comfortable I feel. You savage. Can he strike out Grisham? 43 pitches on this pitch. And that's a ball. Low ball, 2-2. Dodgers the best team. Pick them to win it all. You do realize their bullpen sucks, right? I would love for the Blue Jays to play the Dodgers in the World Series. We got home field and their bullpen sucks. Ball, 3-2. Full count on Grisham. I like our chances against the Dodgers, which is crazy that I'm saying that. They play the games for a reason. You savage. Trying to get Grisham out. Payoff pitch. And he does! Watch it! His first strikeout looking. Another strikeout for you savage. 3 up, 3 down. Trey Savage. Holy Lord. You are the man. I am going to buy a Trey Savage jersey. When we win the World Series, the gold jersey, the gold lettering, the gold numbering, I'm buying a Trey Savage jersey. I don't care. This man is Roy Halladay. This man is the reincarnation of Roy Halladay. That's what I'm talking about. Trey Savage is the reincarnation of Roy Halladay. I am buying a Savage jersey. If we go to the World Series, I'll buy a World Series jersey, a white jersey with a World Series patch and put Vladdy on it, because I should. I need a white jersey and Vladdy. Second of all, when we win the World Series and we have the Champions jerseys in March, opening day, gold lettering, I'm buying a Savage jersey with the gold hat. I'm buying a Savage jersey. He's Roy Halladay 2.0. He's the reincarnation of Roy Halladay. No joke. You know how much it would take me to say that? This dude has pitched 4 major league games. 4 major league games. Trey Savage is that dude. We win the World Series. My God. We don't need Chili Davis. We don't need Devin White. We don't need Devo. We don't need Chili Davis. We got Vladdy Jr. and Alejandro Kirk and Dalton Varsho and somehow Ernie Clement. Hell, we don't even need Jose Bautista to walk through that door. We don't need Josh Donaldson to walk through that door. We're fine. Oh, man. Yankees fans melting down after a 4-game series or a sweep. Oh, baby. We can't lose this series, but we're doing a damn good job of winning it. This is amazing. Y'all don't know the Blue Jays like I know the Blue Jays. I may be sounding like Buck Martinez right now, but you know what? I don't care, because Buck was right. The Yankees can't field. They can't hit for anything but home runs. Their pitchers, if you work them, if they can't strike you out, they ain't that good. Their bullpen is trash. The Yankees are a trash baseball team. If they ain't hitting home runs and they ain't striking you out, it's 3 true outcomes. Like, the Yankees are based off 3 true outcomes. And Springer will swing it straight to Jazz Chisholm. 1 out. The New York Yankees are a horrible baseball team. All they can do is hit home runs and strike people out. They can't field. They can't base run. They can't hit for contact. They can't pitch outside of strikeouts. Oh, the Vancouver. I don't know. I'm sure there's been articles written about that Vancouver couple, though. I'm sure. But David Schneider, 1 for 1. 1-0, and he swings through it. It's 1-1. 1-1 count. 2-0 Blue Jays. Bottom of the third. 1/3 of the game is through, and the Blue Jays will have the lead through 3. Can they extend it? Tigers, no. Mariners, yes. Tigers, no. Mariners, yes. A 7-game series will not help. I think the Tigers could win a 5-game series with Tyrese Ball going twice after they stole game 1. A 7-game series is too hard for them. The Jays will win in the end. The way they play, they've already dominated the Tigers at Comerica Park. Skubal can only go twice. And that's going to be a ball 2-2. And it's a 7-game series. The Tigers are best built as a team this year and last year for very short series. 7 is getting to be a very long series. And that's going to be ball 3-2 full count for Davis Schneider. So when you look at it, the Mariners will put up a better fight than the Yankees. I still think the Jays could win, but it's a 50-50 shot. We will beat the Tigers. And I don't think their fight. And he's going to walk. Davis Schneider draws the walk with a check swing. He goes to first. Of course, they're going to have a better fight because the series is a 7-game series. We have to win 4 games. So they might win 2 games instead of the Yankees' possible 1. Or 1 game over the Yankees' possible 0. But overall, it's still going to look pretty easy, I would say, if it's the Tigers. If it's the Mariners, it's going 6 or 7, and it's going to be tough, especially if Woo's back healthy. Vladdy gets a hit, flares it into center field, and that will be Schneider going to third. Runners at the corners will 1 out. Vladdy with a hit. So, Tigers, the Blue Jays should easily take care of. I'm not going to say sweep, but 5 or 6 games. Skubal may change a game completely, but I think the Blue Jays should easily win that series more or less when Skubal's not pitching. Mariners, that's going to be 50-50. That's going to be a big fight if it's the Mariners Blue Jays. I think the Jays win. They have home field. That's very helpful. We haven't played each other since like May, so that's going to be interesting. But Kirk, strike, 0-1. Mariners will put up a very good fight. It'll be a very tight series. I don't think it'll be this easy. I think the Jays win. It's 50-50, though. 55-45. Mariners are beatable, though, if you look at last night. I like the way the Jays play, and we have home field, so I'd say we have a slight advantage, personally, but I may be a little bit biased. But if you look at how the Jays, how good they are at home, at the Sky Dome, as you could tell, yeah, I think we're a little bit of the favorite. I think we're a very slight favorite against the Mariners. Tigers, we're going to beat the shit out of them. I don't care if they're starting to feel comfortable again. 1-1. Kirk, Ball, 2-1. I don't care if they're starting to feel comfortable again. They still blew a 17-game lead. A 7-game series is the Tigers' kryptonite. But I think the Jays are the exact type of team the Tigers have problems with anyway. Kirk, 2-2. 2-2. And by the way, we took 3 out of 4 against them in Detroit. So it's not like we're bad on the road. We dominated them in Detroit when they were one of the best teams in baseball. Hell, we overtook them as the best team in the American League because we went 3 out of 4 on them in Detroit before they started collapsing in July. I won't forget that at all because the things around the series, the timing around the series, I won't forget that at all. Kirk. And he gets a flare. Let's see if Schneider comes home. He does. 3, a ground out, fielder's choice. Alejandro Kirk scores. Davis Schneider on the fielder's choice. 3-0 Blue Jays. 2 out. And Max Fried, Vladdy's at second. Max Fried has pitched 33 pitches. 3-0 Blue Jays. Varsho up to hit. He's already got a hit off Fried. And he'll do it again. Varsho gets a hit. RBI double at the very least. Varsho scores Vladdy. 4-0 Blue Jays. 4-0 Blue Jays. Dalton Varsho, RBI double. Lasers it down the line. Zero to 4 Blue Jays. At least they're giving you Savage more run support. Hey, Yankees fans, you're crying now? Hey, Yankees fans, you're starting to realize the Blue Jays are actually the better team? Are you starting to realize that the tiebreaker actually means something? Are you starting to realize that maybe you're actually shit? Maybe you didn't deserve to win the division? Maybe the right team won the division? Are you starting to realize it? Because I don't know. Are you starting to realize that maybe you're actually shit? I think you should be. Clement. Foul ball. Are you starting to realize that you're actually shit? Because I think you should be. Oh, really? Hey, good job pushing the goalposts. Hey, at least when Derek Jeter and Alex Rodriguez shit on the Blue Jays, at least they won't push the goalposts even when they lose. Yankee partisan bastards. But you're a Blue Jays partisan. We need them. Ernie Clement fouls it off. Why is it bad for me to be a Blue Jays partisan? We certainly need them. Probably. You know what? You're probably right. That's how you gain his respect. Beat his team. Yeah, makes sense. The Blue Jays need partisans. And Clement gets a hit. Will Varsho come home? Febles sends him. Blue Jays lead 5-0. Clement with a double. Ernie Clement with an RBI double. Febles sent Varsho and said, hey, let's go. Febles sent him, and it's 5-0. Ernie Clement, home run and an RBI double. Zero to 5 Blue Jays. Again, what am I saying? Isiah Kiner-Falefa, 2 outs. The Toronto Blue Jays are winning 5-0 against the New York Yankees. Trey Savage is rolling. Fried's about to get thrown out of the game for Cruz. We're about to hit their bullpen. Kiner-Falefa. He hits it to center, and that'll be caught by Trent Grisham. 5-0 Blue Jays. The Toronto Blue Jays are that team. 7 hits, 5 runs. Have you... Like, nobody paid attention. We won the division for a reason. And you want to say, oh, but the Yankees are going to dominate the Toronto Blue Jays. Look at Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton. They went to the World Series last year. We won the division. We won the division. We beat the Yankees 8-5 in the regular season. That's how we won the division. Yeah, tiebreaker. Okay, sure. You want to complain about a tiebreaker? Guess what? You come back to Toronto and you're getting your ass whipped again. 1 win in Toronto all year for the Yankees. And I don't see him flipping this one. Y'all gonna get swept at this rate. Like at this level, you're gonna get swept. Shane Bieber's gonna sit y'all asses down. We're gonna win at Yankee Stadium. Aaron Judge is gonna be crying. Y'all can't make the World Series. Aaron Boone's going to get fired because he should have been last year. Honestly, I don't know if I want that. I like winning the division. I like this. Maybe I shouldn't want him to get fired. Actually, you know what? No, don't fire Boone. Don't fire him. Actually, don't fire him. I like this. The Yankees are a horrible baseball team. They can hit home runs and they can strike people out. If they don't have that going, they are a horrible baseball team. Buck Martinez was right. And Aaron Boone had the gall to question Buck Martinez. Dude. And Buck walked it back on game 1. He walked it back because he's a gentleman. But you know what? I'll speak for Buck. I will speak for Buck Martinez. I'm surprised he still had enough of a crap left to give after him fighting cancer twice. But I love Buck. We all love Buck. But I'll speak for Buck. He shouldn't have walked that shit back. You are a horrible baseball team. You can't do shit but hit home runs and strike people out. That's all the Yankees could do. Buck should have never walked it back. Maybe it was to save us from getting bad karma. But you know what? I'll speak for Buck. Aaron Boone, your team is shit. You have a horrible baseball team. You lost the division for a reason. You got owned by the Toronto Blue Jays for a reason. You're still getting owned by the Toronto Blue Jays for a reason. You have a horrible baseball team. The Toronto Blue Jays play the right way. They learned from 2015. Home runs ain't the whole damn story. You got to play small ball. You got to pitch well. And Judge takes a strike from you, Savage. It's the first strike he's thrown against Judge. Is he actually going to be better second time through the order? I won't complain. And that's a ball, 1-1. But no, the Yankees are a horrible baseball team because they don't know how to actually play baseball. Yeah, hitting home runs only takes you so far. I know. I'm a Blue Jays fan. 2015 still kills me. Strike. They're going to call it a ball. 2-1. No, I think the Blue Jays offense got in Max Fried's head. Trey Savage is just dealing. He's shoving. But if you paid attention to his minor league career this season, he's been shoving. And Judge swings through it. It's 2-2. If you've not paid attention, I have. Trey Savage has done this at every level. He's shoved at every level. From Dunedin to Buffalo to Toronto, he's shoved at every level. I don't know why people are surprised. Hell, he shoved his 3 starts during the regular season. I don't know why people are surprised. I'm not. I'm glad we have him. And Judge will take the ball. 3-2, full count. At least this is better than the first time. Bellinger comes up next. 5-0 Blue Jays. Top 4. And he swings, strikes him out. He struck out Judge. 8 strikeouts for you, Savage. I love it. Trey Savage, 8 strikeouts. Well, high and gets him with a high cheese. Boom. Swings through. Bellinger steps up now. The Toronto Blue Jays are just that team. They just are. They just are. Bellinger. Ball. 1-0. I don't think Savage got in Fried's head. I think the Toronto Blue Jays lineup got in Fried's head. I think what happened yesterday got in his head, and they still are in his head. I think the Blue Jays are in all the Yankees' heads, and they will be going back to New York. And Shane Bieber, dude, here's the sad part. If you're a Yankees fan, Gausman had a pretty damn good start, and he looks shaky at times. Trey Savage is freaking mowing you down, and guess what? Shane Bieber is better. Shane Bieber is still pitching like a Cy Young candidate coming back from Tommy John. Dude, I don't care if you have an off day. I don't care if you're at Yankee Stadium. Shane Bieber might just sweep your ass. If the Jays win today, it might be over on Tuesday. Honestly, I'm going to go there. It will be. Honestly, you know what? The more I watch, the more I realize, you know what? All we got to do is win one on the road. We can do it. We've done it before. Bellinger, high pop-up. That's going to go out of play. 3-2 count. See, the last time we went to Yankee Stadium, we won one game at Yankee Stadium over a 3-game set. Early season, when we were struggling, we won one game at Yankee Stadium. We can win a game at Yankee Stadium. You throw Shane Bieber out there, but that means they won 2. So that means they could take it back to Toronto 2-2. And he strikes out Bellinger. 9 strikeouts. 9 strikeouts for you, Savage. How many did Cam Schlittler throw? How many? Remind me again. How many did he throw? Honestly, the way the Blue Jays have momentum, if they don't get game 3, they're going to come back to Toronto 2-2. I believe that wholeheartedly. Because game 4 is a bullpen game, and I'd say Schlittler is probably better than Rodon. They got to get to Rodon. The Blue Jays can get to Rodon. They probably will get to Rodon. And Shane Bieber's that dude. If we don't win game 3, they probably will play a game 5 in Toronto. I'll be totally real. And Ben Rice takes a strike. It's 1-1. 2 outs, top 4. I will say this. Give the Yankees some credit. If we do not get game 3, they will probably take it back to Toronto for a game 5. And that's a strike. I do not want that to happen. I will be real. I don't see us winning a bullpen game with Lauer and Varland, even though they're good against Cam Schlittler at Yankee Stadium. I think that's going to be very tough. Shane Bieber, on the other hand, Ben Rice jumps out of the way. It's 2-2. I think Shane Bieber could beat the Yankees and mow them down like Gausman. Well, he didn't mow them down. He just got the contact. I think Shane Bieber could mow the Yankees down like Savage is doing or similar. And Ben Rice strikes out. 10 strikeouts. I love this, man. So many strikeouts. Shit, if he could go for a freaking... Well, we can't say it yet. We can't say it yet, because if we do, he'll be jinxed. But the only runner I've seen on the base pass was given a walk. I'm just saying. Trey Savage. That dude. Trey Savage is that dude. Toronto Blue Jays lead 5-0. Trey Savage, multiple home runs. Hit that like button. Let's get this one going. I say the Toronto Blue Jays are that team. 5-0. Trey Savage, 10 strikeouts. 4 innings, 10 strikeouts. Hell no. We don't want him no more. You could keep Roki Sasaki. We don't want him no more. We got Trey Savage. We don't want him no more. We don't want him no more. You could keep him. Keep him. Keep him, you money-grubbing jackasses. Keep him. We don't want him no more. We wanted him back in January. We don't want him now. Trey Savage is that dude. We got Shane Bieber. I think he'll stay. We got Trey Savage. We still got Gausman. Barrios will bounce back, and we'll see what happens with the 5th starter. Maybe that's Ricky T. I don't know. Either way, maybe I don't know if I want Scherzer to come back for a second year. I love Scherzer, but he's kind of cooked. Or, hey, maybe it's just Eric Lauer. He could do it. He already did it for half a year, so, sure. We don't need him. Point is, we don't need Roki Sasaki. You could keep him. We don't want him no more. Paul Goldschmidt is amazing. Is that what you meant? I mean, as a Cardinal fan, second, you know what? I still like Paul Goldschmidt. As a Cardinal fan, second, I still like Paul Goldschmidt. I think he's a very good professional. I think he's a very good baseball player. I'm a fan of Paul, even though he's a Yankee. I just still see him in a Cardinal jersey. That makes it easier. Still seeing him in a Cardinal jersey. It makes it easier. Makes it easier for me. But the Blue Jays, 5-0, and they're up to bat. They're up to bat bottom of the fourth. Jimenez versus Fried. And that is a 1-1 count. Toronto Blue Jays. But, I mean, I like Paul Goldschmidt. I think he's always been a very professional player, a solid player. I still don't really understand why the Cardinals got rid of him. I mean, if they kept Arenado this long. And I'm happy, so we need Blue Jays partisans because we don't get the respect we deserve. This is what I expected. I'm going to be real. But people were saying I was talking shit. I told you. Game 1. Gosman would win. I told you Trey is savage. You don't want to mess with him. I told you Shane Bieber still got it. He's still a Cy Young level pitcher. I told you this ain't going to be as easy as you think if you're a Yankees fan. And it ain't going to be as hard as you think if you're a Blue Jays fan. I told you. I told you. I told you. Looks pretty damn easy to me. Jimenez to third. McMahon trying to make the throw. Jimenez. He beats it out. Infield single for Andres Jimenez. I know. I'm so happy for him. Again, as I said, I'll keep saying it. Trey Savage is the freaking reincarnation of Roy Halladay. Like, and that takes a lot for me to say because I grew up a big Roy Halladay fan. He is the reason why I'm a Toronto sports fan. In general, Roy Halladay. So the fact that I'm calling Trey Savage Roy Halladay 2.0 is the best compliment I could pay to the kid. It's the best compliment I could pay to him. And he looks like it. It's not like I'm bullshitting. He looks like it. I feel nostalgic just watching him pitch. Miles Straw goes for the bunt. That'll be a strike. 0-1 on Miles Straw. Or 1-0, although that's a ball. They didn't call it a strike. And I'm loving it. I don't know, and honestly, the more egotistical Lamine Yamal gets, the less likely there are to win it. I mean, Flick's already got on his ass for being egotistical. That's a ball, 2-0. So do with that what you will. Miami are frauds. What a play from the Lions. Well, good to hear. And I'm loving it. But I'll tell you this. When we win the World Series, you know who I'm putting on my World Champions gold jersey? Trey Savage. I will get a Blue Jays jersey with a World Series patch on it, a regular home jersey with Vladdy on it when the World Series comes around, or at least during the winter. Either or. A white home Blue Jays jersey with a World Series patch because I still need a white Blue Jays jersey. Still do. Vladdy on it with a patch. Then when we win the whole thing, the gold jersey with the gold hat, Trey Savage. Because I still need a Vladdy jersey, and I still need a white Blue Jays jersey. That's the only one I don't have. It's the only one I don't have, so. Why not with a World Series patch on the chest? Because they changed it. Either way. Five nothing, 0 out. Miles Straw with a 2-1 count. Montgomery threw it for a touchdown. Okay. For the Lions. Straw's going to bunt, and he takes a ball. He's just setting up for a bunt. He just keeps dropping a bunt. He just keeps dropping the bunt. Like, dude. I can't believe Max Fried is still in this game. He looks human. He looks human. People were like, Max Fried's going to beat the shit out of the Jays. And that's a strike. Dude. Do I need to pull out the Braves jersey? Do I? The Red Sox lineup was horribly set up for them to counter Fried. Just so you know. Have you seen how bad Max Fried is in the playoffs? Hell, even when the freaking Braves won the World Series, he was still shaky. And that's a ball, and Straw takes a walk. 0 outs. Dude, it was more Spencer Strider, Charlie Morton. Dude, I remember that Braves run. The year the Blue Jays should have been in the playoffs. The best team in baseball didn't even make the playoffs. If the world was just, you know what the World Series would have been in 2021? Toronto Blue Jays versus Atlanta Braves. And I would have been rooting for the Blue Jays because, yeah, but at least I had the Braves, you know. At least out of the Braves. I grew up during the Superstation era. A redneck who grew up during the Superstation era when it was still around. Of course I'm a Braves fan. Third. Like, they're a team I root for. They are a team I root for. Not my favorite, but I will root for the Braves. If they're not playing the Blue Jays or they're doing well and the Jays aren't, I'll root for the Braves. 21 was awesome. The team I wanted to win the World Series won the World Series in 2021. Well, not exactly, but the team who made the playoffs that I wanted to win the World Series won the World Series. I wish it was. If the world was fair, the World Series would have been Blue Jays, Braves. And I would have rooted for the Blue Jays in that case. Because the Blue Jays, I still believe, even though this Blue Jays team is amazing, the 2021 Blue Jays team, especially in the second half, is the best Blue Jays team of this core. I still think the 2021 Blue Jays are the best team in the Vladdy era. I know we won the division. We might win the World Series this year, but that 2021 Blue Jays team, especially when they got back to Toronto, that was just different. They were the best team in baseball for like the second half of the season. Like, I hate that we missed the playoff because there was only 2 wild cards that year, and the Yankees and Red Sox both had 92 wins. Oh, and we had a closer who couldn't close games for the first half of the year. If we won one of those games that we blew in the first half of the year, we would have made the playoffs. We had the tiebreakers, if I remember correctly. We blew too many games during the first half that we could have won. 2 wild cards. We blew way too many games in the first half that we could have won, that we should have won, and we had the tiebreakers, but there were only 2 wild cards. If there were 3 wild cards, we would have made it. So, that's how. I'm still pissed about it to this day, even if we win the World Series. I don't know. Bottom 4 of 0 out, Max Fried has been pulled. They've pulled Max Fried after 51 pitches. 8 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned runs. Responsible for runners on second and first. George Springer versus Will Warren. And he takes a strike. I mean, I think 3 wild cards is enough. So the only reason the Blue Jays missed the playoffs over 2020 and 2022 present is because our team was shit last year. They did not deserve to make. They weren't even close last year. Every year they've been a playoff level team since 2020, besides 21. They've made the playoffs. So this 3 wild card format, I'm fine with. We should make the playoffs with this core almost every year. 8 out of 10 years. As long as we do that. Like, I will tell you this. When the Blue Jays win the World Series, if the Blue Jays win the World Series this year, I don't think we're going to have to wait another 21 years to make the playoffs like we did from 93 to 2015. Because I think this core will still be built. I don't think we're going to fall off that hard either, to be real. But then again, what people said that about 93, after 92 and 93, what people said that about the Blue Jays then. And Springer gets the walk, bases loaded. Warren walks George Springer. Yeah, I'm a fan of Smosh. I grew up watching Anthony and Ian make their videos. Like, I like that Anthony's back with Smosh. Some of the content feels like old Smosh, early 2010s Smosh. But Food Battle, the early 2010s, the Pokemon theme, video games in real life, Smosh games at the time as well. I was a big fan of Jovenshire and Mari and Lasercorn and Sahinki. Yeah, I grew up a big fan of Smosh. Yeah, I did. So, Boxman. And that's going to be high up, 1-1 on Schneider. Oh, God. Group stages don't work in CONCACAF. I told you. They do not work in CONCACAF, especially for a Champions Cup. It does not make sense. And Schneider takes a strike high up. That'll be 1-2. Bases loaded, 0 outs. Yeah, I saw the Super League and Champions League are going to try to merge. I hate it. I read the format. I hate it. See, this is why I follow CONCACAF more. One, it's my own area. Second of all, UEFA is corrupt as shit. And Schneider takes a strikeout looking. 1 out. First strikeout for the Yankees. And they would in a group stage or a league phase. Do you realize? They would still be eliminated during a league phase first round, or best case, play the knockout round and still get eliminated there. Vladdy Jr. Do you realize that they need to catch up? Now, the Caribbean is catching up. If you watch the Caribbean Cup over the past 3 years, the quality's got much better and much closer. Same thing with the Central American Cup, but it's not getting closer. Here's the problem. They're playing more meaningful games in Caribbean and Central American football, but not against MLS and Mexican teams. I think they're forgetting, or the North American teams when we're talking nationally, I think they're forgetting that just because you play more competitive games, it teaches you how to play competitive games, but you're playing against teams that you could equal to. You're not playing the teams that you're better or you're worse than. And Vladdy takes a strike, 2-1. So I don't think a league phase changes the fact that during the Champions Cup, Central American teams and Caribbean teams, the bulk of them will be eliminated before the knockout stage. It will probably be worse for them. And the teams that do make it through probably eliminated by the freaking end of the knockout phase. So, and Vladdy, grand slam! Vladdy hits a grand slam! 9-0 Blue Jays! Grand slam, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. His second home run of the postseason. And the Blue Jays lead 9-0. Will Warren taken deep by Vladdy Jr. And the Blue Jays break it open. Bottom 415-foot home run. Vladdy Jr. Zero to 9 Blue Jays. Alejandro Kirk. Ball goes wide. Fair enough, but another blowout in Toronto. Yep. First grand slam in Blue Jays postseason history for Vladdy Jr. Ah, man, I love it. Vladdy, you're a legend. Damn it, I love it. E2H5, baby. E2H5. Oh, man. Oh, how easy was this? Kirk fouls it off. United are starting to become Old Trafford merchants. Hey, you know what? Maybe that United strand kid will be able to cut his hair at some point. No, I don't feel sorry for him. Keep kicking their ass. Series ain't over yet. Job ain't finished. Keep beating their ass. I don't feel sorry for them. You want to talk shit about a tiebreaker? We'll beat your ass again. You want to complain about a tiebreaker, saying you didn't win the division because of a tiebreaker. Guess what that tiebreaker is? Head to head. We beat your ass. We'll beat it again. Stop complaining. I don't feel sorry for shit. I don't feel sorry for the Yankees for shit. Maybe because you're far enough away from them and the opposite league, you could feel sorry for them. I don't. Keep talking shit. They were talking shit all the way through. They got gassed up by the Red Sox. Post Roman Anthony. And that's going to be a single for Alejandro Kirk. He ain't going to run further. 1 out, single for Alejandro Kirk. I don't feel sorry for them. Why would I? Why would I feel sorry for the Yankees? I've hated them my whole life. The Blue Jays, you want to complain about the Toronto Blue Jays winning the division against you by a tiebreaker, that you have to come to Toronto during the division series, you had to play a wild card. Yeah, turns out you were a wild card team. Sorry, Michael K. Seems to me the first place team is being a first place team. The Toronto Blue Jays. Yeah, and guess what happened? The Blue Jays got the bye of the division series. They smacked the hell out of the Yankees at the Sky Dome. 19-1 on aggregate. You know what? I hope Troops is a freaking Yankees fan. You know what? I hope somebody like Troops is a Yankees fan. I want to hear 19-1 on aggregate in 2 games blood. That's what I want to hear. Hey, Troops, I bet you're a Yankees fan. I want to hear 19-1 on aggregate, 2 games blood. Because they pay the whole money. They pay so much money. They're the big money teams. They're the big city teams. Do you realize how big of a city Toronto is? Do you realize how big of a corporation Rogers is? Not that I'm defending them, but Rogers is a very big, rich corporation. I didn't say they were a good one. I didn't say their cable was good, but they're a very rich corporation. Acting like the Blue Jays, acting like Toronto isn't a big city. Acting like Toronto isn't the New York of Canada. Acting like Rogers ain't richer than the Steinbrenners and whoever the hell, Todd Bowley, because he owns the Dodgers, and Varsho. Did he hit one? The first home run to right field. Don Varsho, 2-run homer. 11-0 Blue Jays. Don Varsho. Varsho homer. Kirk scores with him. 11-0 Blue Jays. What's your upset for the 2026 World Cup? And Ernie Clement flies it, and it'll be caught by Bellinger. 2 out. I say Canada makes, well, quarterfinals is probably what. I say Canada makes quarterfinals or semis, somewhere around there. Holy Lord, the Toronto Blue Jays are on fire. Holy Lord, man, this is amazing. Let's go, Blue Jays. Isiah Falefa. Isiah Falefa stepping up for the Jays. It's 11-0 Toronto. Bottom 4. 6 innings to go. Oh. Lions are beating the Bengals. And the Blue Jays, it's the end of the 4th, 11-4 Toronto. As Drago said, if he dies, he dies. As Drago said, if he dies, he dies. Did you not watch Rocky? But Drago was the enemy. Yeah, and if you're competing, you play to win. That was a stupid thing to make Drago an enemy. Yeah, he killed Creed. But guess what? A competitor, Creed didn't quit. He did it to himself. I hate to tell you, Creed did it to himself. He didn't quit. If the Yankees, you got to play 9 innings, right? If he dies, he dies. The Yankees can't quit. There's no mercy rule. This ain't the World Baseball Classic. But either way, Drago was not wrong. You want to be real, a competitor goes until the game is over. Creed didn't quit. He got killed. It's all Creed's fault. People want to act like Drago's the enemy. Yeah, he was an asshole. He was a Rusky. He wasn't wrong to kill Creed. Creed didn't quit. Boxing can kill you. If your opponent doesn't quit, they're getting their ass beat. They don't want to go down. Well, shit. If you kill them, you kill them. Do you have a switch too? No, I don't. So no, Drago's not the enemy because he killed Creed. He may be the enemy because he's a Rusky. I disagree with that, but you know what? If you want to call him an enemy because he's a Rusky, I'll let you have that. Because he killed Creed? No. I won't. Because competitors don't pull their foot off the gas. When you're winning, even if you're winning by a long shot, you don't pull your foot off the gas, because when you pull your foot off the gas, you lose. You run up the score. And boxing is boxing. You could die in boxing. If you don't get knocked out, well, yes, it is. But in boxing, you're beating somebody up legally. I'm sure there's a waiver that if somebody had such a TBI during a boxing match that kills them, you didn't do anything. Yeah, if a TBI in a boxing match kills you, you signed up for it. Do I feel sorry for you? Yeah. Is it like you got shot on a road rage incident or something? No, it's not. You signed up to fight a boxing match. You got a TBI that was bad enough to kill you. It killed you. You signed up for it. There's a difference between shooting somebody and having a boxing match. And Vladdy tags out Stanton. 1 out. 11-0 Blue Jays. I don't think so. Don't care. Is Cubs' problem the pitching? Yeah. So my point is this. Yes, killing is evil. But if you sign up to fight a boxing match, if you sign up to fight in a boxing match and the guy gives you a TBI, traumatic brain injury, that kills you, you signed up for it. Like, is it sad? Yeah. You didn't get knocked out. You didn't quit. You didn't throw in the towel. You know what? Like, it's boxing. Like, should it go that far? No, but it was a movie. But in theory, say that happened in real life. Yeah, it's sad, but you didn't throw in the towel. You didn't get knocked out. Or at least you didn't get knocked out before. So yes, again, yes, killing is evil. I wouldn't shoot somebody. But in boxing, you have the problem of, hey, you're fighting somebody. You're hitting somebody in the head. Have we not learned anything about concussions? TBIs? It's a wonder it hasn't happened in real life. In what, 40 years? Like since the Rocky movie came out. It's a wonder it hadn't happened in real life. Somebody dying in the ring. Or dying because of a fight. Or MMA for that matter. It's a wonder. And yeah, I think most fighters, if they did kill their opponent because of a fight, they would feel shitty about it. I don't think Drago did because, the problem is Drago didn't feel shitty about it because he's a Rusky at the time. Because, Ruskies are evil, right? What's wrong with the Yankees? They're not the Toronto Blue Jays. But, Ron, the Yankees deserve mercy. Again, if he dies, he dies. This is baseball. Well, okay. I should say not high profile, like how Drago and Creed was purported to be. Like, yeah, local boxing and local MMA, I'm sure it's happened, but it's not high profile. Like, nobody looks at a boxing Reddit and sees dude in a local Golden Gloves, New Jersey ring dies. You don't see those stories unless you're in Jersey. And I'm not trying to minimize it. I'm just saying you don't see Floyd Mayweather kills dude fighting on a super fight card. You've never, like, it hadn't happened in my life. Okay, Mayweather's probably the worst pick because he really just hugs people, but you get my point. You get my point. Not just local and big fights. Let Ryan have this. Fair enough. I'm saying it in a positive way. Okay, fair enough. But let's stop talking about boxing, and if he dies, he dies. No, because Cody Rhodes should be being packed up like the Yankees. He's not. I don't know what to compare the Yankees to. And that's a ball, 1-2. I don't know what to compare the Yankees to, frankly. But again, there's a gray area. And strikeout on Volpe. 11 strikeouts for you, Savage. Middle of the fifth. Again, Roman Reigns 2015. No, they're not. They're the face. Yeah. He's right. Pacharo's right. He's right. I'm a boxing head, and I am too. I guess I only really look at, when I am a boxing head, I guess I'm only really looking at the biggest fights. Same as UFC. Except I will watch a lot more UFC because it's free on Paramount Plus next year. Might as well, right? But I like combat sports. I'd say I'm a pretty good fan of it. But maybe I'm just missing those stories. Maybe I am. But again, what I'm trying to say is, without sounding crazy, because I think I did sound crazy, which is not surprising, but what I'm saying is look at Suarez. I know this is a whole different level, but look at Suarez. He's never got charged with a crime for biting people and spitting on people on the pitch. In sports, there is a gray area. Suarez probably should have been in jail for spitting on people and biting people, but because he did it on a pitch, he doesn't get in trouble for it. I don't get it. I'm not saying I get it. I don't get it. Boxing is another one of those. You're giving your life to somebody else. At the worst case, you're fighting a dude, getting hit in the head, UFC and boxing. You're giving your life to somebody who you're fighting. And if they hate you, it might be worse. If you're fighting as competitors, it may be different. Again, they kind of painted Drago as he hates everybody and, whatever. Boxing is a gray area. Again, killing is evil. I don't disagree. But boxing is a legal gray area. UFC is a legal gray area. Because you signed up to fight. If you get your ass beat so bad you die, you signed up for it. I mean, will the person who did hurt somebody that bad feel bad? Probably. If they're not an asshole. If they're Drago, maybe not. But again, there's a gray area of, because it's a sport, it's different. I'm not saying that's the right way to look at it. I'm just saying, and I compare it to Suarez because reasons. Sports, there's a gray area. And I don't understand it, but either way, touchdown Seahawks. You're right. Yep, and I love it. And that'll be Jazz Chisholm gets the ball, and that'll be an out for Andres Jimenez, 1 out for the Yankees. 11-0 Blue Jays. I would say, yeah, Daniel Bryan 2014. Or just AJ Styles. Gilbert, no. They would never admit they're the jobber. They're Roman Reigns 2015. I think that was the perfect comparison. Perfect comparison. But again, we'll leave the boxing thing to the side. But again, I don't care how much the Jays win by. I want them to win. And then they win game 3. That's why I say. Enough about Drago. If he dies, he dies. And talking about boxing being a freaking gray area. Enough about that. Most happen because of cheating with hits on the back of their heads or shit in their gloves. Exactly. That is true. In real life, you're right about that. Again, Drago, if we're talking about Rocky, Drago was just a badass. Drago was the toughest SOB out there. But in real life, you're right. Back of the head hits, stuff in the glove. You're right. You're right. So again, real life, it is. You're right. In that sense, you're right. Which that's not a gray area. That's just fucked. But again, if it was just the right hit at the right place, clean hit, or accumulation of clean hits at the right place at the right time, that's a gray area. But again, if you're cheating, back of the head hit, that's a strikeout for Straw, 2 out. Second strikeout for the Yankees. Or it's a stubbing in the glove. Something in the glove. I guess so, but you know. And Springer, he hit a home run. George, savior of the Blue Jays. It's a good day for Georges today on Sunday. George Springer, solo home run. Nicely done, George. Nicely done. Nicely done, George. Nicely done. Nicely done, George. Nicely done, George. Savior of the Blue Jays. Bottom 5, George Springer. Solo home run. Zero to 12 Jays. Boom. Go Jays, go. What's your top 3 sports movies? Oh, for me, Major League, Mr. Baseball with Tom Selleck, the Japanese baseball, yeah. And Schneider. Honestly, I love 42. I love 42. I think that's an amazing movie. The Jackie Robinson biopic that Chadwick Boseman, rest in peace, was in. I love 42. I think that's an amazing movie. Harrison Ford, Chadwick Boseman. Good movie. And that'll be a fly out. If that's in play, that'll be a fly out. And that'll go into the dugout of the Yankees. Still 2 outs. So, yeah, Major League, Mr. Baseball, 42. I love that movie. I think 42 is an amazing movie. I really do. Chadwick Boseman played Jackie very well. I think Harrison Ford played Branch Rickey very well. I won't call baseball, Ken Burns' Baseball, a movie. That's a documentary series. Blue Jays have outscored the Yankees 20-1 since the Judge bases loaded strikeout in Game 1. I love Ken Burns' Baseball. I think that's an amazing series, but that's not a movie. But yeah, baseball movies are just, they're the best. You know, like football, soccer-wise, or gridiron, it's just not the same. Oh. Maybe one day. Maybe one day I'll be one of those creators F4 races. Put me in the Ferrari. That would be fun. Have you seen the Pele movie? No. And it's 12-0 Blue Jays, end of the fifth. I don't think the Habs will be above the Leafs. I think the Leafs will end up winning the Atlantic. With all the Florida injuries, with the differences of their team, I think the Leafs will still win the Atlantic. I think the Florida Panthers will finish third or a wild card. I think the Habs will finish second. I think the Habs, I don't think Tampa's that good. I think Tampa's fallen off, and I think the Habs could be better than the Florida Panthers. I think Leafs, Habs, Panthers, Ottawa, then Tampa, if I'm being real. Now, the question is does Ottawa make it as a wild card? But I think it's Leafs, Habs, Panthers, Ottawa, Tampa this year, to be real, out of the Atlantic. That's not biased. That just is what it is. Yeah, somebody should have told me my pajama pants were right there. I didn't even notice. At least they won't be there for the review. I feel stupid. Either way. What is it on? Like, what can I watch it on? The Pele movie. Like, what is it streaming on? If I could watch it, maybe I will. Tyrese Savage will step up against Austin Wells. And we will begin soon for the sixth. 4 innings to go. The Blue Jays should easily win this baseball game. Question is how close will the Yankees get to how many runs will they get? Swing and strike by Wells. 0-1 on Wells. 3, 6, 9, 12 outs to go defensively to win game 2. And Wells will fly out to Jimenez, 1 out. Maybe, you know what? Remember 2015? This was the only jersey I was wearing during 2015. They got to the ALCS and should have went to the World Series. Wearing Old Faithful, that might just be the way to go. You know? That's all I'm saying. I think you're right. Maybe I shouldn't change at all, at least for the Yankees series. At least for the Yankees series, I shouldn't change at all. And Tyrese Savage is going to come out after 1 out in the top of the 6th. They're going to pull him. Tyrese Savage goes 5 1/3. They've pulled Tyrese Savage. What an outing from Tyrese Savage. 78 pitches, double-digit strikeouts, leads the Blue Jays in postseason strikeouts. What a debut in the postseason for Tyrese Savage. 5.13, 5 1/3 innings. What a start, man. What a start. No hits the Yankees through 5 1/3. What a start from Tyrese Savage. What a start. Yankee, go home. What a perfect outing from Savage, man. Historic outing. 5 1/3 innings from Savage. Should have left him in, but you know what? Fine. Let the kid pitch. Data nerds, analytics nerds, let him pitch. What a start. Man, what a day. What a start for him. The 2026 Canadian World Cup mascot is at this game. Are you sure about that? I mean, that's cool if that's true. Okay, if that's the way you want to put it, they should have kept him in. Dude had, let's see here, 11 strikeouts. Justin Brule coming in for Tyrese Savage. 11 strikeouts and 1 walk for Tyrese Savage. Jeez, man. And basically also, it's still a no-hitter. He had no-hit ball through 5 1/3. 12-0 Blue Jays. Tyrese Savage is that dude. And Justin Brule is in for the Blue Jays. And that's a strike to Trent Grisham. And the Blue Jays look to dominate the 2 home games in Toronto. Now, we got to win one in New York. I do not want to see the series get back to Toronto. I do not need a Game 5 like that. That would be hell. Get this shit over with on Tuesday. I'll tell you one thing tomorrow. The only stream that I'll have put up on my channel is Game 3 because we don't know how that's going to go. After that, then I'll make the streams for the rest of the week. Brule is going to tag him out. That's 2 outs. Trent Grisham grounds out to Vladdy. Brule steps on the bag. They sent Ken Rosenthal to talk to Savage's parents. What a freaking start, man. Man, what a game. I love it. Low ball on Judge, 2 outs. And that is 10 outs to go to winning Game 2 defensively. I mean, they should, but, you know. What a game by the Toronto Blue Jays. What a game. Man, Tyrese Savage is that dude. They should have kept him in. 11 strikeouts. 11 strikeouts. Man, you can't ask for more, can you? One and one. Now it's 2-1. Man. And that's a strike. 2-2 on Judge. And he hits it. Judge to Jimenez. A bouncer, and that's going to be an infield single. Judge beats it out. The bounce did not help. This is incredible. They should have let him in until he gave up a hit. Here's what I think they were doing. The Blue Jays pulled Savage for an early hook so Gausman could come out in Game 4. I think what they're going to do is this. If this goes to a Game 4, Gausman will come out of the pen for Game 4. Varland, Lauer, Gausman. That's the big play. If this goes to Game 4, that'll be the big play. Varland and Lauer to open, Gausman to play in Game 4. Savage starts Game 5. I think that's the play. If this goes to a Game 4 and 5, that's the play. And Bellinger has hit the Yankees' first home run of the postseason. Cody Bellinger, a 2-run homer. Okay. First hit of the game for the Yankees is a home run. Oh, well, no, it was a single. Two to 12 Jays. Yankees get 2 runs. And that's going to be dropping in for a hit. Justin Brule. Gives up the home run and a single. 2 singles and a home run from Brule. We're still up by 10, though. I'm not complaining. And they're going to have to pull Brule. They're pulling him after 3 batters. Ten outs away from winning the game, winning Game 2, and they're pulling Brule after the home run and the single. The 2 singles and a homer. Man, that was a quick hook. Dude, I think we could let him try to get out of it, but okay. That's interesting. Let's see. Halftime, 21-6 on the Cardinals over the Titans. Buccaneers beating the Seahawks. Third quarter, 14-3 between the Lions and Bengals at the half. 10-10 between the Commanders and Chargers. Okay. How we doing, Sean? Blue Jays are winning 12-2. Well, I'm happy for y'all. And Red Bulls, too, beat TFC, too, by the way, if you didn't see. But 12-2 Blue Jays. They should have kept you Savage in for the whole freaking 6th. Lead down 10, get hits more, boys. Top 6. First Grand Slam in Jays postseason history for Vladdy. Back and forth game between the Seattle Bucks and Seahawks. They were in the regular season. There's a reason why the Jays won the division. Fisher is in for the Jays. And they say Stanton does not swing. 0-1 or 1-0. That was a ball. Braden Fisher in for the Toronto Blue Jays. Been pretty good out of the bullpen, Braden Fisher. And he swings through it 1-1. And the Blue Jays will be going to New York, hopefully with a 2-0 series lead and being able to sweep it on Tuesday. Oh. Stanton versus Fisher, 2-1. That's 3-1. Fisher not locating the zone very well. And that's going to be hit down for a hit. Stanton, Schneider, and that'll be runners at, that'll be a double for Stanton. Double for Stanton. 2 on, 2 out. Jazz Chisholm versus Fisher. Ball high. Strike, 1-1. Touchdown for the Seahawks. Blue Jays bullpen starting to choke a little bit. Free on Pluto TV, okay. And that's going to be fouled away, 1-2. Get him out. Get him out. Flew Hardy probably will play the 7th. Fisher. And that's going to be hit on the ground and foul. 1-2. So I'm free on Pluto TV. Well, thank you. I might check it out. We'll see. Fisher 1-2 against Chisholm. Pele, birth of a legend. Okay. Is that the one that ended up on TikTok? Some clips of it, I should say. And Chisholm strikes out. End of the inning. Middle of the 6th. Blue Jays are 9 outs away from having a 2-0 series lead. Savage got a standing O with a tip of the cap. Curtain call. Watching this game, I give credit to Tyrese Savage. Pitching performance, whatever I watch, what he do. Not trying to be nasty, but it is what it is. He's amazing. Yankees fans are scared. Told you should be. What'd I tell you? Everything I said would happen has happened. Everything I said that would happen has happened. And Yankees fans were talking shit. I'm like, okay, sure. Toronto Blue Jays. Fishman good. Fishman good. Fishman good. Middle of the 6th, Blue Jays are 9 defensive outs away from winning game 2 and having a 2-0 series lead, going back to New York and being able to sweep on Tuesday night, which we will be live for. There's nothing on Tuesday night but the Toronto Blue Jays. Oh, we're going to have some fun. Well, the Dodgers don't play today. They play on Monday. But you know what? Fine, I will. Dodgers, I send you some of my spare luck because turns out the Blue Jays don't need it. We still have enough to carry. To the Dodgers, good luck. I hope Teoscar Hernandez hits 3 home runs tomorrow because Teoscar Hernandez, I still wish he was a Blue Jay. We want Teoscar to hit 3 home runs. And, yeah, Dodgers, I hope to see you at the World Series because that means we have home field and your bullpen's asked. So, not too much luck, but enough to get to the World Series, and then we'll take your heads off like you're the Yankees. But for now, Teoscar, please carry the Dodgers. And Freddie Freeman. And Freddie Freeman. Because he's a Brave and a Canadian. So. Freddie, too. Well, they said Drake May was similar to Tom, at least Gronk on the pregame show, because they showed some NFL stuff during the MLB preseason or pregame show. Of course they did. So, you know what? There you go. But, yeah, I give the Dodgers a lot of luck for Monday. I'll probably pay attention to the games, but not really be watching them. Well, you know what I mean. Not cover. Thank you, prayer hands. Guerrero steps up to start the bottom of the 6th. Warren is still out pitching. Why are the Yankees falling off like this? Because they were never a good team. They have not hit. They've only hit 1 home run all series off of Justin Brule. That's your answer. Dude, if you can only hit a home run off of Justin Brule, the game was out of hand anyway. That's all the Yankees can do is strike people out. They have not done that because the Jays don't strike out, and they can't hit home runs because the Jays have good pitching. Except for Justin Brule. But it was a 12-0 lead anyway, so whatever. They're a trash team. Only Toronto player with a 5 RBI postseason game is Tony Fernandez, the late, great Tony Fernandez. Vladdy fouls the ball off. It's 2-2. Frankly, I just want us to win. Oh, yeah, Canadian Thanksgiving's coming up soon. Vladdy pops it up, and that'll be an out. Caught by Grisham. Toronto Blue Jays. Kirk. The Yankees fans was acting like that. Besides, Yankees always acting like this. Of course, they look really damn afraid, and I wasn't being afraid. Yankees fans should be afraid. That's what I'm saying. Y'all were talking shit, thinking you were going to win this series so easily. Like, Trey is savage. Like, you didn't just have the wild card clinched by a rookie. And that's going to go to center field. Grisham catches 2 out. Like, you're acting like we can't do the same thing you did during wild card game 2 or game 3. Like, you're like, oh, Cam Schlittler is so amazing. He's an amazing rookie. We throw out Trey Savage. You're like, who the hell's he? Here's the difference. We've seen Schlittler before. We knocked his ass around. Y'all ain't seen you Savage before. And, well, he had 5 1/3 innings and no hit ball against you. So, I guess we know who the better rookie is. Trey Savage. Dalton Varsho versus Warren. Foul ball. Guess we know who the better rookie is. Dalton Varsho 1-1. 2 out, bottom of the 6th. Varsho pops it up. Out of play. 1-2. And he hits it. Dalton Varsho golfs it. Is that going to be a homer? It is! A 2-homer game for Dalton Varsho. Solo homer Dalton Varsho. A 9-run lead, or 11-run lead for the Toronto Blue Jays. Second home run today for Dalton Varsho. Golfed it. Oh, he's hit off Warren twice. 4 for 4. Two to 13 Jays. I'd like to think I do. Like, there was, back when the Jays were good 10 years ago, and like for a long time until I got rid of DirecTV, I used to watch MLB Network like the whole off season. Like, dude. And I've always loved baseball, don't get me wrong, but MLB Network used to be the place I freaking had a lot of time, had my TV on, because there's no MLS Network or whatever. Hell, even outside the playoffs, but especially the playoffs. Clement with a hit, or playoffs and off season. Now, of course, YouTube TV doesn't have MLB Network, and I'm not paying separately to just have MLB Network, which sucks because I love the channel. But I would hope so. I think I do. I'd like to say I do. 13-2 Blue Jays. I'd like to say I do. Know more about baseball than A-Rod and Jeter. Like, I haven't played, but I got a good handle on pitching. Pitching mechanics, I got a good handle on those. Never pitched a game, but I did teach myself how to pitch. So, I got a good, I did teach myself. It is a good workout, though. Like, if you're trying to work out your shoulders, pitching is a good workout. It is. Like, yeah. It is. Trying to work out your shoulders and upper arms is actually really good. And core strength, it's actually a really good workout, to be clear. Haven't in a while, but now I'm talking about it. Either way. Connor Falefa fouls it off, 1-2. 2 outs for the Jays. Blue Jays will play at 6 p.m. That's probably the kickoff. 7 p.m. pitch, first pitch on Tuesday. 6 p.m. first pitch on Wednesday. And Friday if need be. But, I got... Either way. 2 outs. Clement on first. Connor Falefa up at bat. And Ball. 2-2. But, I have a good handle on mechanics. I do. And that's a strikeout. That's the end of the inning. Top 7 next. We'll go with it. With that being said, I'll be back very soon. Quick break. I'll be back. We're back. I have no idea. They should have released it by now. I would say if they don't release it by Monday, they're up the creek without the paddle, in my opinion. They're probably up the creek without the paddle if they don't release it by Monday. You would think. But either way. 7th inning about to begin. 9 defensive outs away for the Blue Jays to win Game 2. Yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah. Nothing on Tuesday. All right, so it's just the Jays. CONCACAF World Cup qualifier start on the 8th, right? Yep. Oh, yeah, Toronto plays. Right. Yep, they play on the, yeah. Okay, so we might have a double on Wednesday concurrently if the Jays. We're doing Honduras at 9. Okay. They don't play on Thursday anyway. Canada at 6:30 friendly. Might have to make that a double with the Jays. Might. Hopefully not. We don't want that. But either way, McMahon versus Lauer. They brought out Lauer to pitch the top of the 7th. What's the score? It's 13-2 Toronto. 13-2 Toronto. I don't know what's going on. And that's going to be a hit for Ryan McMahon off of Eric Lauer. Top 7-0 out. I wonder why it's taking so long for Trinidad's squad to come out. So Dodgers, Phillies tomorrow and Cubs, Brewers tomorrow. Rodon will come out and pitch on Tuesday against the Toronto Blue Jays against Shane Bieber in Game 3 at Yankee Stadium. Volpe takes a strike from Lauer. 0-1. Blue Jays lead 13-2. A 11-run lead for the Toronto Blue Jays in Game 2. Ball. 1-1. Strike, fouled back. Fouled back, it's 1-2. Blue Jays can't win Dodgers. Do you realize how bad the Dodgers bullpen is? The Yankees, I would say, are a better team than the Dodgers right now. Foul. 35-man provisional squad and not the squad. How does that make any sense? The window opens Tuesday, technically. They don't play till Friday, but still. Philadelphia's a championship town, Supporter Shield, champions, and a Super Bowl, and they don't have a World Series. And that's a strikeout on Volpe. Strikeout looking. 1 out. 8 outs to go for the Toronto Blue Jays. 8 outs to go defensively. 8 outs to go defensively to get the 2-win, 2-0 lead. Oh, they're talking about every game. I was like, talking about the blowouts? Versus Goldschmidt. Paul Goldschmidt versus Lauer. That's a strike. Paul Goldschmidt. Yeah. Man put his body on the line for crazy-ass spots. I can't not have Shane. Shane has a special place in my heart. That dude was nuts. 0-1 on Goldschmidt. That's 1-1. Paul Goldschmidt versus Lauer. The former Cardinal, Paul Goldschmidt. Now a Yankee. Be careful what you wish for. Phillies, Blue Jays, World Series. It's probably going to be Dodgers, Yankees. Or Dodgers, Blue Jays. Oh. We don't want a Dodgers, Yankees. That means this totally blew up in our faces. 2-1. We don't want a Dodgers-Yankees rematch. That would be insufferable, and this blew up in our face. Lauer to make the 4th pitch of the at-bat. And Goldschmidt hits it. He gets a hit, Paul Goldschmidt. 1st and 2nd, 1 out. Skubal and Castillo playing each other for the game for the Tigers and Mariners. Can the Tigers take a 2-0 lead? Lauer 1 out. Grisham is up. Ball. This ump is squeezing his zone. Like, that's crazy. Like, this game is a blowout and he's squeezing the zone, not expanding it. That's nuts. This ump is a freaking hard ass. Foul ball. It's 1-1. Foul, 1-2. Two to 13. Daniel's looking good back from his injury. I mean, I'm fine with the Bad Bunny halftime show. It'll be interesting. Touchdown lines. That's going to be down for a hit. And Grisham will be bases loaded. It'll be bases loaded. The ball's starting to find open spots for the Yankees. Bases loaded. Yankees. Judge. Back up with bases loaded like it was yesterday. And Lauer's coming out. They're pulling Lauer for Fluharty, I'm guessing. Just wasn't Lauer's day. Fluharty, I'm guessing, is coming in for Lauer. Tommy Nance. Have they lost their mind? Most strikeouts in a postseason game, Blue Jays history. Trey Savage, 10. Price, 8 twice. Juan Guzman, 8. Dave Steve, 8. Dave Steve's postseason debut was 8 as well. So, Come on, Nance. They went Nance instead of Flew Hardy. They've lost their damn mind. Touchdown Seahawks. Judge versus Nance. 2 + 2 runners on. Judge is 0 for 11. 5 strikeouts, 0 home runs. He got struck out yesterday on bases loaded. Nance. Foul ball. 0-1 on Judge. 8 outs away for the Blue Jays to win Game 2. Broncos play in London next week, we know. Ball. $28.28. Roku TV or Apple TV? I have a Fire Stick, so talk about the boxes. Fire TV stick, Fire TV box. And that's going to be popped up by Judge. And Varsho, it's going to dump in front of him. That'll be an RBI single for Judge. RBI single. RBI single. And McMahon scores. 3-13. Cody Bellinger is up to hit. 1-0 count. We're letting the freaking Yankees have too much life. Strike 1. Judge gets a... What channels are on Fire TV? Like the apps, Apple TV, Paramount Plus, Roku channel, Pluto, Disney. Like every app you could get, it's on Fire TV. And Bellinger hits it. And that'll be caught by Straw. And will they tag? Yes. Goldschmidt tags. Bellinger sack fly. It's 4-13. Four to 13. Strike. Ben Rice, who is now the catcher, 1-0. It's a ball. Ben Rice. That would have been an amazing match. That would have been an amazing match. I wish it would have happened. Strike. 1-1. Blue Jays lead. They have an open base at third. Blue Jays lead 13-4. A 9-run lead for the Toronto Blue Jays. And they're 7 outs away from winning Game 2. Ball. 2-1. I think the Jays are being a little bit too nice to the Yankees with his bullpen run. Can you watch MLS game or sports? Yeah. Apple TV, you can watch it on Fire TV. That's what I do. The app is on Fire TV. And Ben Rice. And that's off the wall. Ben Rice with an RBI. And that's an RBI double for Ben Rice. 5, second and third, Ben Rice with an RBI double. Fuck. We're giving him too much confidence. Trent Grisham scores. Too much confidence. Thank God we're ahead by so much. 1-0. Stanton versus Nance. 2 outs. Like the content, we're getting BABIP to hell this inning. Especially this inning. We're getting BABIP to hell. Ball, 2-0. Open first base. Nance. Just bring in Fluharty, damn it. Just bring him in. God. And that's going to be a foul ball, 2-1. I just hope we didn't give the Yankees a lot of confidence going back home. Foul ball, 2-2. Two and two, 2 outs. 7 outs away. Five to 13. And Stanton gets a hit. That'll be an RBI. Judge scores 6 to 13. RBI. Oh, he hit an RBI, 2 RBI single. Judge and Rice score. Seven to 13. Are we going to blow this game? Fluharty comes in for Nance. Fluharty better go this and the 8th. I swear to God. It's still a 6-run lead. Don't you dare. Mason Fluharty replaces Tommy Nance. I had a feeling this would be a shit show. Idiots. They put in frickin' Nance. Dear God. What a shit show. Quit screwing around. No. I'm glad they're putting in Fluharty. He's good at stopping the bleeding. Fluharty will get this out. I don't know if he'll go the 8th inning, but if they give Sir Anthony a clean 8, I'll live with it. If Hoffman's in, we'll see. We're 7 outs away from winning game 2, and the Jays are kind of playing with it. They're playing with their food, I'm not going to lie. They got a bit cocky. The Jays got a bit cocky. They thought this game was completely safe. And after how game 1 went, they thought this was totally safe. You can't give the Yankees life, and you have. And honestly, that makes game 3 much harder. Fluharty versus Jazz Chisholm. 2 outs. Strike. 0-1. Come on, Fluharty. I say he takes the 8th. You give Fluharty the 8th as well. Man, what a shit show. I mean, we're still winning, but Jesus Christ. That's why you don't. And that's going to be an out. 6 outs to go. 6 outs away from winning game 2. 13-7 Blue Jays. They still have a 6-run lead. Still have a 6-run lead. Definitely made it harder than they should have. Shouldn't have pulled you Savage. They should have at least let him go the full 6th. Flu gets it done on 2 pitches. Let Flu cook. All right. Top of the 8th. Or bottom 7. Bottom 7, I should say. And Jimenez takes a strike, 0-1. Bottom 7. Blue Jays are 6 outs away from winning game 2, but they gave us a little bit of a scare. Hopefully that doesn't keep on going. Hopefully Flu already gets the 8th and Hoffman doesn't totally choke. $23 runs for the Blue Jays throughout the series, 8 runs for the Yankees. So, hey, you know what? That's something, but doesn't matter if they win the next 3 freaking 1-0 every time. That's going to be a fly out for Jimenez, 1 out. Straw, Ball, 1-0. Ball, 2-0. And that's a strike. 2-1. Ben Rice is back behind the plate. And Goldschmidt at first. I wouldn't think so, but that's interesting. We're getting to the point where that should be a start of a talk. They did let Hideki Matsui walk. Interesting. Didn't think of it like that, but you know what? We're getting to the point where this could be a talking point. Straw pops it up high. Foul, 2-2. Bottom 7. And Straw fouls it off 2-2. Savage had an amazing start. Other than that, Blue Jays, Blue Jays. Hits it, Straw. That'll be a ground out to Jazz Chisholm, and yes, it is 2-0. The Jays are winning, but two outs. Warren versus Springer. See how the Blue Jays come out top. And that's going to be gone. Oh, off the wall. George Springer just barely missed a home run. That'll be a double. George, savior of the Blue Jays. Nicely done, George. Nicely done. Nicely done, George. Nicely done. There's a double for George Springer. Oh, with two outs. Nobody was on, but still. George, savior of the Blue Jays. Nathan Lucas. 2 outs. 6 outs to go for the Jays to win this game with a 6-run lead. So as long as you don't allow a run per out, you should be fine. Lucas fouls it off 0-2. Ball and Springer will go to third in scoring position. Touchdown Seahawks. Lucas fouls it back 1-2. That's going to be out of play. Out of play. 6 defensive outs away for the Blue Jays for winning the division, or winning game 2 of the division series. My bad. The division champions, they've already won the division. I don't know. I have no idea, but maybe they are cursed. Maybe they should have never let Hideki Matsui walk. I'll take that headcanon. I'll live with that headcanon. Nathan Lucas. Ball. 2-2. Warren, luckily he didn't balk. And that's caught. 3 outs. We go to the top of the 8th. And they're going to go with Louis Varland. They're going Louis Varland. Okay, I'm fine with that. They're going Louis Varland. Top of the 8th. 6 outs away. U.S. versus Italy, round of 16. U20 World Cup. Man, I hope Italy wins. 6 outs away. Blue Jays, 6 outs away from winning game 2 and having a 2-0 series lead and being 1 game away from the American League Championship Series. They can sweep on Tuesday and we'll be live for it, and pray to Lord they do. Hopefully we did not give... Oh, Uncrustables ad. What? Well, I didn't expect that. Hey, I got an Uncrustables ad too. It's just not Vladdy and George. I wish it was Vladdy and George, but okay. Okay, at least they knew the assignment. It was an Uncrustables ad. Louis Varland pitching the top of the 8th for the Toronto Blue Jays. Ball. 6 outs away. Louis Varland. Bunt. And that's going to be an out. 5 outs away. McMahon grounds out on the bunt. Varland to Vladdy. Varland to Vladdy. 1 out. 5 outs to go. Okay, good. Blue Jays pitching. 5 1/3 from Savage. 0 hits, 0 runs, 1 walk, 11 Ks. Bullpen. 2 innings pitched, 10 hits, 7 earned runs, 2 strikeouts. Just shows how much Savage was shoving. Thank God our offense was on fire. Volpe versus Varland, that's a ball. 1-0. 0 for 3 for Volpe. Varland. Strike 1. 1-1. Varland. Ball. The ump's calling the zone absolutely perfectly. I mean, I got to admit it. He's calling the zone like a zone instead of bullshit. 2-1. And that's going to be fouled back for a 2-2. Hoffman against the frickin' Yankees' best hitters scares me, though. I won't lie. Ball. Varland, the 4-seam. It's full count, 3-2. And he hits it. Varland, ground it to Varland. He'll throw it to Vladdy. Out number 2, 4 outs away. Good outing from Varland so far. Shane Bieber versus Roldan. The regular season 4-2 for Bieber, 40 1/3, 3.57 ERA, 37 strikeouts, 7 walks, 18 9, 195 1/3, 309 ERA, 203 strikeouts, and 73 walks. So 2 good pitchers, but I'd say Bieber's the better pitcher, even though he's only pitched, 5 games. Goldschmidt fouls it back 0-1. Paul Goldschmidt stepping up in the 9-hole. Washington have the lead. And that'll be a ground out. Clement to Vladdy. Got him. 3 outs to go. We go to the 9th, or the bottom of the 8th. But the Blue Jays will have the lead going to the bottom of the 9th. How long will their lead? How extended will their lead be? Guerrero, Varsho, and Kirk. I mean, sure. I would. Sure. If it ends the war, if I get a tomato thrown at me full speed, am I facing it or am I like at bat? Like I'll take it either way, but am I at bat? Like, does it look like an at bat? Or is it I'm facing it? Or is it, am I at bat and he throws it into my arm? I would take it either way. It's a tomato. How hard could that hurt? Even if Aroldis is throwing at 105. I would take it. Titans. Titans look worse. $35. Titans look worse. But yeah, I mean, either way, I would take Buccaneers Seahawks is tied. 35-35. Cardinals beating the Titans. Lions beating the Bengals. 2010 Commanders. Like, it depends, but I would still. I mean, yeah, if it ended a war, because I'm actually anti-war, unlike a certain liar who ran on it and then won. I would let Aroldis Chapman throw a tomato at me at 105 miles per hour to end a war, for sure. Even if I'm not at bat, even if it's just coming straight at my body, like I'm facing like this, I would let it. Yeah. It's a tomato. How hard would it hurt? How hard would a full-size tomato hurt at 105 miles per hour? At least it's not a baseball. If I'm at bat, it's not as bad. Get plunked in the ribs by one wouldn't be fun, but either way. Either way. Bottom of the 8th, Blue Jays are stepping up to bat. 3 outs away. Don't say that. You're an amazing person. I wasn't calling myself a liar. I said I'm actually anti-war, unlike a liar who ran on anti-war and then flipped. I didn't call myself a liar. I was calling somebody else a liar. Then again, I forgot. Y'all can't add 2 + 2 together. Y'all really can't. Caught by Judge. 1 out. I really shouldn't speak in metaphors. Y'all don't ever really understand what I'm putting down, but okay. When I speak in metaphors, y'all don't understand what I'm putting down, so that's my fault, I guess. Tomato's reasonable. Like, when I speak in metaphors, y'all don't freaking get what I'm putting down, so it's my fault, I guess. Y'all can't add... I'm not saying y'all are dumb, but y'all can't add 2 plus 2 together. Like, whenever I speak in metaphors. Like, they're not hard to figure out, but for some reason, y'all can't. Wink. Kirk fouls it off. Not that I'm complaining. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. I'm just saying, maybe it's a good thing. I don't know. Oh, and 2, Kirk flies the ball, and that will be caught by Bellinger. 2 out. Blue Jays are out away from pitching the top of the 9th. Varsho. And they're going to swap out the pitcher. Bottom 8, 2 outs. Okay, that's interesting. And coming in is Luke Weaver. They're using Luke Weaver for an out. You're out of your mind. Luke Weaver for an out. Okay. Sir Anthony Dominguez might close this game. Okay, that's comfortable. Dalton Varsho's 12 total bases today is a record for a Blue Jay in a playoff game. The AL record is 13 by Hideki Matsui in 2004, Adam Kennedy in 2002. The MLB record is 14 by Albert Pujols in 2011 and Bob Robertson in 1971. In other words, Varsho needs 1 more base to tie the AL record, 2 more bases to tie the MLB record, and 3 to break the MLB record. So if he gets a triple or home run, he'll have the MLB record. If he gets a double, he'll have the AL record. If he gets a single, he'll tie Adam Kennedy and Hideki Matsui. If he's out, he won't get it. Luke Weaver. Let's see if Varsho could tag him for another homer. That'd be hilarious. Do you think Chipper Jones make a good baseball manager? I'm not sure he'd want to, but I think he could. If I've hearing him talk during the All-Star break, I don't think he wants to, or his family. He wants more family time, which I understand that completely. Varsho is going to fly out to Bellinger, and that'll do it. 3 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Toronto comes up to close the game. Grisham, Judge, and Bellinger versus Dominguez or Hoffman. Let's see who it is. Sir Anthony Dominguez or Hoffman. We're going to find out. Blue Jays are 3 outs away. And let's see who they bring out. Will it be Sir Anthony Dominguez or Jeff Hoffman? It's one of the two. I don't think they'll stick with Varland. Not because he doesn't deserve it, but probably because more of the fact that they got to save his arm for Game 4. Dominguez in for Varlin. Okay, Dominguez to finish the 3. Tampa wins it. Good. Okay, so Tampa wins in Seattle. All right. Let's see where we are in the NFL games. Tampa wins. Had that pick. Tennessee leading. Cardinals lead Tennessee. Tennessee have the ball. 3 minutes left of the Commanders game. They lead by 10. 7 minutes left of the Lions game. Then the Patriots and Bills play later tonight. Kansas City, Jacksonville on Monday, which, I'd rather watch MLB playoffs. Blitzo. You mean he's at the match? He's in Toronto. You're saying your stepdad's in Toronto right now at the Sky Dome. Well, that's pretty cool. And I'm not. Especially because he hates the Jays. Tell him I said your team is ass and the Blue Jays are better than you. There's a reason we won the division. Enjoy your amazing 7th inning. We'll sweep your ass at Yankee Stadium. Tell him that comes from me. Let's go Blue Jays. Let's go Blue Jays. Belt to ass once again. He's watching the match on TV. Oh, he's mad about the Blue Jays. I was like, how'd he get to Toronto? It's like, that's crazy. But you know what? I was going to be a little bit jealous. He's mad about it. Okay. Oh yeah, tell him how's that loss? How's that 2-0 lead taste? Sir Anthony Dominguez on for the Blue Jays. 3 outs away from winning game 2. His first pitch is a strike to Grisham. The top of the Yankees order versus Sir Anthony Dominguez. That's crazy. Sir Anthony Dominguez. And that's going to be fouled off 0-2. Oh, and 2 fouled off touchdown lines. Good. Dominguez versus Grisham. Ball. 1-2. Let's go Blue Jays. Let's go Blue Jays. Get this over with. And strike out Grisham. 2 outs away. Dominguez strikes out Grisham. You swung. Don't even complain. 1 out. 2 outs away. Which game will be watching CONCACAF World Cup qualifier? Be watching the Honduras game on Thursday. I think both games will be Honduras. Judge, that's a strike. What? No, that's a ball. You'll see soon. I don't know. I have no idea. It shouldn't have. I don't know. It's a stupid, it's stupid. There are some things that I don't get. The Bad Bunny Super Bowl situation becoming political, that don't make no sense to me. What's political about it? I'm sorry. That makes no sense to me. 2-0 on Judge. That's a strike. 2-1 from Dominguez. Judge still ahead in the count. Ball. Ump's calling the strike zone fairly, I gotta say. That's kind of the problem with this game is the ump's calling the strike zone as it should be called. Maybe some really low strikes you wouldn't give Savage to the Yankees, and that's a walk for Judge. Judge walks. He started the game with a walk. He will most likely end it with a walk. Go Jays, go. Sir Anthony Dominguez does get 2 more outs. The Blue Jays lead by 6. Judge has been walked. Umps called the strike zone very fairly. He gave some low strikes to the Yankees. He wouldn't give this to Savage, but other than that, it's been absolutely as it's shown on screen. Bellinger versus Dominguez. Strike. 0-1 on Bellinger. Seranthony Dominguez is ahead in the count. Blue Jays are 2 outs away from winning Game 2 and having a 2-0 lead. Bellinger hit a home run his last at bat. It's 1 for 3. That is a ball. Ball out of the zone. Bellinger. Ball. Outside the zone. It's 2-1. Problem is, you do not. Fouled off by Bellinger, 2-2. Hey, at least the Sounders won yesterday. Sorry, Rory. Mariners lost. Seahawks lost. And Scooble might just shove again. 2-2. Ball, low, full count, 3-2. That was outside the zone, though. Bellinger versus Seranthony. And that's going to be a ground ball. They're going to get one out away. Judge advances to second. Fielder's choice. A fielder's choice, and they're an out away. Bellinger grounds out. Judge to second. 1 out away for the Blue Jays. And it's Ben Rice. Now the catcher, Ben Rice. 2 for 4, a single and a double for Ben Rice, an RBI, and he came in to score. 1 out away from a 2-0 series lead for the Toronto Blue Jays. Wasn't the prettiest, but they are close to getting it done. That's a ball. Seranthony Dominguez, 1-0 against Ben Rice. Next up will be Stanton, if Rice gets on. Balls. Oh, that's a strike. They're going to call that a strike. The first outside call that this ump's really given that was not swung at, I feel. I have to check the scorecard, but that was on the outside, but they give the call. 2 strikes away. And that's going to be fouled, a laser foul, and that is a strike away. 1-2 for Dominguez. We are a strike away. The Blue Jays are a strike away from getting Game 2 and being able to possibly sweep on Tuesday. It got a bit scary there, but the Blue Jays look to position themselves up for a sweep on Tuesday. And that's a ball. 2-2. Amazing start by Tyrese Savage. They probably pulled him a bit too early, and that's going to be fouled off by Ben Rice. 2-2. And that's a ball. Full count, 3-2. Stanton is on deck. He will come up if Dominguez walks Rice or lets him get on. Strike away from finishing the game. And that's a ball. He walks Rice. 2 on, 2 out, first and second. Up comes Stanton. If he home runs, we're up 3. Bullpen has done their level best of almost choking this game away. A double and a single for Giancarlo Stanton, 2 RBI. And we have to face Stanton. We're 1 out away. And Stanton fouls it off, 0-1. Yankees are starting to believe again. They're starting to believe that maybe they can win this. Well, I won't say win this series, but turn this series around while they're in New York. We shouldn't have let them have that. Strike 2. We're a strike away. Blue Jays can still go up 2-0, which is a very good place to be in, even though they let the Yankees get back into it, they still look to be winning this game. And strikeout! He gets him! Game over. Blue Jays win 7-13, and they have a 2-0 series lead. Hope your Savage got the win. He did. Okay. Your Savage got the win. Blue Jays win 13-7. You will take it. You will take it. The Blue Jays can sweep on Tuesday. The Yankees lose. The Yankees lose. The Toronto Blue Jays win 13-7. 2-0 series lead for the Toronto Blue Jays. Good. Good. With that being said, if you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribe. Send some chats on live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you within the hour for the review of this game. And then tomorrow, we got the CONCACAF World Cup qualifier match window 2 predictions. And I might be guesting somewhere. Just a guess. And then Tuesday, we'll be back for game 2 of the Blue Jays series. Or game 3, I should say. With a possible sweep on the line. With that being said, I will see you later. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See you.